Welcome viewers, you're now watching Hornbill TV's Prime Time. First the headlines. Prime Minister Narendra Modi on Tuesday welcomed US President Donald Trump's announcement of a comprehensive plan to end Gaza conflict. India has witnessed a sharp rise in criminal activity in 2023 with more than 62 lakh cognizable cases registered, reflecting a 7.2% increase over 2022, according to the latest National Crime Records Bureau report. At least 10 people had been killed and 32 other injured after a powerful explosion had rocked Quetta in Pakistan, Balochistan's province on Tuesday afternoon. Three students have died, while at least 99 students are confirmed to have been injured, with 38 still thought to be trapped under the rubble after a school building collapsed in town of Sidoarjo in Indonesia on Monday. Those were the top headlines, and now for the news in details. Prime Minister Narendra Modi on Tuesday welcomed US President Donald Trump's announcement of a comprehensive plan to end Gaza conflict. Prime Minister Modi, in a post on X, stated that, quoted, they welcome President Donald Trump's announcement of a comprehensive plan to end the Gaza conflict. It provides a viable pathway to long-term and sustainable peace, security and development for the Palestinian and Israeli people, as also for the larger West Asian region. Prime Minister Modi further expressed hope that all concerned will come together behind President Trump's initiative and support this effort to end conflict, secure peace. Trump and Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu announced on Monday that they have agreed on a plan to end the Gaza war, though it is unclear if Hamas will accept the terms. The GOP leader plan on the Israel-Hamas war, which started on October 7, 2023, involves a 20-point peace proposal aimed at ending the conflict and preventing further escalation in the region. The plan calls for an immediate ceasefire, the release of hostages, and the protection of civilians on both sides. It also stresses the need for stronger regional cooperation and international monitoring to ensure compliance. Trump has argued that only a detailed step-by-step framework can restore stability. India was one of the first countries to recognize a Palestinian state in 1988 and also supported a two-state solution at the UN. Since the nearly three-year war, according to Gaza's health ministry, over 65,000 Palestinians have been killed so far. India had witnessed a sharp rise in criminal activity in 2023. With more than 62 lakh cognizable cases registered, reflecting a 7.2% increase over 2022, according to the latest National Crime Records Bureau report. The crime rate per lakh population had gone up from 422.2 to 448.3. IPC crimes had accounted for over 60% of total cases, while violations under special and local laws had surged nearly 10%. Among the most striking increases were obstruction on public ways, theft and Motor Vehicle Act violation, which had nearly doubled in a single year. The NCRB report had further highlighted worrying trends. Crime against women rose marginally, while offences against children jumped over 9%. Cybercrime has seen one of the steepest spikes, a 31% rise, with fraud dominating. In contrast, crimes against senior citizens and murders had shown a slight decline. Crimes against scheduled tribes had spiked nearly 29%, crossing 12,000 cases in 2023. Most of these incidents had involved simple hurt, riots and rape. Meanwhile, cases against scheduled castes had remained largely unchanged compared to the previous year. Overall, the report painted a mixed picture, a fall in certain grave crimes but alarming growth in cyber offences, crime against children and attacks on vulnerable groups such as scheduled tribes. At least 10 people had been killed and 32 others injured after a powerful explosion had rocked Quetta in Pakistan's Balochistan province on Tuesday afternoon. The blast had gone off near the frontier constabulary headquarters of Zargun Road. According to reports, the explosion had been so powerful that it was heard across Model Town and adjoining areas, shattering windows of nearby houses and buildings. Soon after, gunfire had been reported in the vicinity, creating panic among residents. Rescue teams and police had rushed to the spot while the area had been cordoned off for search operation. CCTV footage circulating on social media had shown the moment of massive explosion on the busy road. Officials say that the blast had triggered by an explosive-laden vehicle near the FC headquarters. A state of emergency had been declared in hospitals across the city as authorities launched an investigation into the incident. Balochistan Health Minister Bhagt Muhammad Kakkar confirmed that 5 victims had died on the spot, while 5 others had succumbed to injuries during treatment. 32 injured have been admitted to the civil hospital and trauma center.
सर ये एफसी हेडक्वार्टर के साथ ये शहबाज टोन वाला जो चौक है एफसी हेडक्वार्टर की गली के सामने यहाँ पे धमाका हुआ है और यहाँ पे जो कम से कम ये 5 डेड बॉडीज पड़ी हुई हैं और यहाँ पे फायरिंग वगैरह हुई। अभी एफसी वालों ने आके चार्ज संभाला, फायरिंग का तबादला शुरू हो सर।
3 students have died while at least 99 students are confirmed to have been injured, with 38 mostly boys aged between 12 and 17. They are still thought to be trapped under the rubble after a school building collapsed in the town of Sidoarjo in Indonesia on Monday. According to reports, rescuers are running oxygen to those under the debris and working desperately to free any survivors trapped in the unstable concrete leftover of the school in East Java. More than 12 hours after the structure fell, hundreds of rescue workers, police and soldiers digging through the night pulled out 8 weak and injured survivors. Rescue efforts had to be temporarily suspended on Tuesday as the collapsed concrete shook suddenly, indicating another collapse could be imminent. Police say students had been taking part in afternoon prayers in the building when the incident occurred. It was undergoing an unauthorized expansion when it collapsed. The old building's foundation was apparently unable to support 2 floors of concrete and collapsed during the pouring process. A police personnel said female students were praying in another part of the building and managed to escape. Tamil Nadu YouTuber Felix Gerald had been arrested by the cybercrime police for allegedly spreading fake news related to the Karur stampede, which claimed 41 lives during actor-politician Vijay's campaign for his party, the Tamil Aga Vetri Kazakam. Gerald, who ran the Ratpix YouTube channel, had uploaded misleading content linked to the tragedy. The Chennai police had also registered cases against 25 individuals for posting inflammatory content on social media. Officials said such posts could disrupt public peace and inflame tensions. Arrests in connection with these cases were expected. Meanwhile, Tamil Nadu police had arrested Mathiazakam, the Karur district secretary of Vijay's TVK, naming him the prime accused in the first information report filed after the stampede. The FIR had not named Vijay himself but listed 3 senior party functionaries, which are Mathiazakam, State General Secretary Basi and Anand, and State Joint Secretary CTR Nirmal Kumar. Police said Vijay had conducted unauthorized roadshows before his vehicle stopped in Veluswamipuram, where a massive crowd surge had led to the stampede. The 3 leaders had been charged under multiple provisions, including culpable homicide not amounting to murder, attempt to commit culpable homicide, endangering life, and disobedience to order, as well as under the Tamil Nadu Public Property Prevention of Damage and Loss. We'll now take a short break. Stay tuned.
तुम्हारा नाम क्या है? 2047 में कैसा होगा विकसित भारत का विकसित उत्तर प्रदेश? क्या आप चाहते हैं कि कृषि क्षेत्र में नवाचार और पशुधन की समृद्धि से बढ़े अन्नदाता की आमदनी? गांव-गांव तक पहुंचे चौड़ी सड़कें, हवाई यात्रा के लिए किसान की जेब में हो पैसे, विश्व स्तरीय शिक्षा और वर्ल्ड क्लास इलाज, बढ़े उद्योग, रोजगार, नौकरी और अपना व्यापार, रिन्यूएबल और ग्रीन एनर्जी हो यूपी में फुल, ताकि कभी न हो बत्ती गुल। डीप टेक, एआई और इलेक्ट्रॉनिक संसाधनों का बिछे जाल, सांस्कृतिक धरोहर का पुनर्जागरण और गौरव काल। क्या आप चाहते हैं ऐसा उत्तर प्रदेश? अगर हाँ, तो उठाइए मोबाइल, क्यूआर कोड को स्कैन करें और पोर्टल samarthuttarpradesh.up.gov.in पर लिखकर या बोलकर दर्ज कराएं सुझाव। आपके सुझाव से बनेगा विकसित यूपी का रोड मैप और मूल्यवान सुझाव देने वाले किए जाएंगे सम्मानित, क्योंकि आपकी राय विकसित यूपी बनाए।
तुम्हारा नाम क्या है?
In a significant development in the ongoing efforts to end the conflict of Gaza, Reuven Azar, the ambassador of Israel to India, expressed optimism about the recently proposed Gaza peace plan, calling it a historic moment, backed by a broad international consensus, including support from India's Prime Minister Narendra Modi. Azar stated that it includes bringing back the hostages, completely dismantling Hamas military infrastructure, preventing rearmament, demilitarizing the Gaza Strip, and forming a new governing structure in Gaza committed to peace and reconstruction. Speaking on the humanitarian and security aspect of the plan, Ambassador Azar outlined the phased approach envisioned under the peace framework. He hopes that Hamas expects the plan. If it happens within 72 hours, there will be an automatic beginning of withdrawal from Israel to a new line in the Gaza Strip. They will also release Palestinian detainees and allow humanitarian assistance to flow in Gaza. He added that subsequent phases of plans supported by international actors would see Israel forces withdraw to the perimeter of the Gaza Strip, enabling the region to begin the process of rebuilding.
Thank you, Sahil. I think that the principles laid out in the plan are give me a lot of hope, because they include all the elements that we have, have decided upon at the outset when we decided to respond to this atrocious attack by Hamas on the 7th of October. Bringing back our hostages, to completely dismantle the military capabilities of Hamas and make sure that they cannot rearm and regroup, to demilitarize the Gaza Strip, to form a new self-rule in Gaza that will be committed to peace and to rebuilding the Gaza Strip, an international community that is united around these principles is something that is very important. So yesterday, I think, was a historical day. We've seen that not only the United States and Israel, but also countries in the Arab world, in the Muslim world, in the larger international community, including Prime Minister Modi, joined in support.
How are you going to ensure?
Well, I hope that Hamas accepts the plan. If that happens, within 72 hours, there will be an automatic beginning of withdrawal from Israel to a new line in the Gaza Strip. We will also release Palestinian detainees, and we will allow humanitarian assistance to flow into the Gaza Strip. And then, in the following phase, in which the Palestinian self-rule will be consolidated with the help of the international community, Israel will be able to go to withdraw into the perimeter of the Gaza Strip and allow Gaza to be.
We'll now take a short break. Stay tuned.
तुम्हारा नाम क्या है?
In our lives, we know both the good and the bad, but we always ignore some aspects. We choose to remain ignorant. So I thought, before I leave, I'll remind you so that lifelong you never ignore. But remember me and all of these teachings. If you've been in contact with any of these risks, get an HIV test at your nearest government hospital, confidential and free of charge.
तुम्हारा नाम क्या है?
Defence Minister Rajnath Singh on Tuesday emphasized the need for greater integration and standardized system for the Indian Army to respond effectively to cyber attacks, information warfare and evolving security challenges. Speaking at the Tri-Services seminar held in New Delhi, Singh assured complete support from the Ministry of Defence for the system and said that the need of the hour for the country was of sustained dialogue to establish the standardized system, stating that the country had the potential to make a system that was modern, capable and useful for everyday service. Applauding the work done by the Indian Army, Air Force and Navy, Singh stated that even though the country was working towards operational readiness, the next step should focus on working on a pan-India tri-service logistic integration.
हमारी सेनाओं ने वर्षों के अनुभव से अपने अपने इंस्पेक्शन और ऑडिट सिस्टम डेवलप किए हैं। पीस टाइम की डे टू डे प्रिपेयर्डनेस से लेकर कॉन्फ्लिक्ट्स के दौरान सीखे गए कठिन सबक तक ये सिस्टम समय के साथ डेवलप हुए हैं। लेकिन आज के इंटीग्रेटेड ऑपरेशन के युग में ये जरूरी हो जाता है कि ये सिस्टम्स एक दूसरे से सीमलेसली जुड़े रहें। और यह बिल्कुल सामान्य सी बात है कि यदि हमारे इंस्पेक्शन और सेफ्टी स्टैंडर्ड्स अलग अलग रहेंगे तो मुश्किल समय में स्वाभाविक रूप से कंफ्यूजन पैदा होगी। दूसरी ओर ऐसी स्थिति में डिसीजन मेकिंग धीमी हो जाएगी। एक छोटी टेक्निकल गलती भी मैं समझता हूं कास्केडिंग इफेक्ट पैदा कर सकती है। लेकिन जब स्टैंडर्ड्स अलाइंड होंगे, जब इंस्पेक्शन और ऑडिट रिपोर्ट्स सभी सर्विसेज द्वारा यूनिवर्सली एक्सेप्टेड होंगी तो उस स्थिति में कोऑर्डिनेशन भी स्मूथ होगा और हमारे सोल्जर्स का कॉन्फिडेंस भी स्वाभाविक रूप से बढ़ेगा। साथियों, इसके अलावा आजकल हमारे सामने एक नया खतरा साइबर अटैक्स और इंफॉर्मेशन वॉरफेयर का भी है। इन चैलेंजेस के संदर्भ में भी एक बड़ी जरूरी बात उभर कर सामने आई है। अगर हमारी सेनाओं के साइबर डिफेंस सिस्टम अलग अलग सर्विसेज के लिए अलग अलग स्टैंडर्ड्स पर ऑपरेट करेंगे तो उनके बीच एक गैप क्रिएट होगा ही। फिर उस गैप को एक्सप्लॉइट कर पाना हमारे एडवर्सरीज के लिए या किसी भी हैकर के लिए पॉसिबल हो सकता है। इसलिए हमें साइबर और इंफॉर्मेशन वॉरफेयर के स्टैंडर्ड्स भी यूनिफाई करने ही होंगे। साथियों, मैं यहां एक महत्वपूर्ण बात को साफ करना चाहता हूं कि जब हम स्टैंडर्डाइजेशन की बात करते हैं तो इसका मतलब यह बिल्कुल नहीं है कि हमारी हर सर्विस की अपनी यूनिकनेस ही खत्म हो जाएगी। हमारी तीनों सर्विसेज की अपनी ताकत, अपनी विशिष्टता और एक अपनी कार्यशैली है। हमारी तीनों सेनाएं अलग अलग सिचुएशंस में काम भी करती हैं और इसी वजह से उनके सामने आने वाली चैलेंजेस भी स्वाभाविक है कि वो अलग अलग होती हैं। हम सेम प्रोसीजर और हर सर्विस पर हम थोप नहीं सकते हैं। हिमालय की ऊंचाई।
That's all for now. Thank you for watching Hornbill TV.